smiling now.
Zane, what can I say? It's been an epic weekend. Like, you got the job done in the sprint race. We're all very excited about that. But I've got to say, starting P9, I mean, a lot of work to do. Tell us how it panned out.
Yeah, it was an amazing race. I mean, I've had a bit of champagne now, so I'm a bit tipsy. It was a great race. We started P9, had a great start up to P6, made 3 positions, and then it was just about trying to manage the tires and do as much as we could. I think we started on the soft tire. It was raining a bit at the start, so we could use that advantage. And then on the hard tire, had to push quite a lot in the beginning to stay ahead of Ollie. Killed the tires a bit, so of course the goal was to win. I think we could have won if we didn't push so hard at the beginning, but of course still an amazing result.
You could have won, but your race could also very easily have come to an end in the pit lane.
Yeah, it was a very close call. I mean, the team had an amazing pit stop. I think the quickest that we've ever done, probably. So it was 4.3. Came out the pits, and then there was a car that came straight into me. So he did get a 5-second penalty, which obviously jumped us up to P2, but we lost more than we gained, let's say.
Absolutely, about that far away from taking a win in playoff, I would say.
Yeah, and that happens so often. I mean, the mechanics is they're who sends you. So when they send you, you go. So they obviously made a mistake, and it could have cost our race. Luckily, they didn't. Okay,
you said to me, I think you said to our guests a day or so ago, that your favourite track in the world is Bushy Park in Barbados, but you've got to be developing a bit of an affection for sunny Silverstone.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was praying last night that it was going to be dry. We had a wet race yesterday. We were quick, so we were looking forward to a dry race. We got that. I love Silverstone. I mean, I was pushing flat out every single lap of that race, and it's good fun around here with the high speed Magus Beckett. So, yeah, Monaco and Silverstone, my 2 favourite tracks other than Bush Park.
Excellent. And I know, and these, of course, the other thing I should say is underneath all of these thermals that my guests are wearing and waterlogged oilskins and things, underneath, I've got to say, look, pretty much everybody's wearing Zane Maloney t-shirts. You know, I won't ask everyone to strip off, it's a bit cool in here, but you've got 1,900 new fans after this weekend. This is a little piece of Barbados.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I hope everyone here needs to come to Barbados at some point in their life. Nice and warm.
I think that's a personal invitation, ladies and gentlemen, because I mean, let's talk about Bushy Park. I mean, it's incredible to find. As I said to the guests, you've got a tiny little island in the middle of the Caribbean Sea, where the sun shines most of the time, and you've got an absolutely top spec racetrack. You don't expect that.
No, for sure. I mean, Bushy Park is an amazing facility. I think when I first came to Europe, no one even knew what Barbados was. So, Festival Speed was in Barbados. Lewis came down. He had a great time. There's Ken Block and Lewis racing each other at Bushy Park. You can watch that on YouTube. I mean, it's an amazing facility. I think the plan, hopefully in the future, is to have Formula E, Formula 1, Formula 2 at Bushy Park, and then all you guys can come, have a holiday, watch a race as well. I mean, it's an amazing place. Barbados, of course, beaches everywhere, top beaches in the world, sunny all year long. But it's amazing here at Silverstone as well. I've loved it.
And Barbados actually wants to establish itself as motorsport island. I mean, there's such a passion for racing in the region. Wherever you go, Jamaica, Trinidad, Guyana, everybody worldwide loves racing.
Yeah, I mean, in Barbados, it's either cricket or racing. They had Cricket World Cup 2 weeks ago. That went amazing. And we had the Rally Barbados also like 3 weeks ago. And the amount of fans is so passionate in Barbados. They're looking for Formula 1 to come. That would be amazing. I mean, everyone breathes and dreams Formula 1, so it'd be great to get that there one day.
I think you've got Crane Beach, what, 6-7 miles away from the circuit. That's
5 minutes from my house.
5 minutes from your house, yeah. We're in the top 10 beaches in the world, Crane Beach. All the surfing that goes on at Bathsheba. I mean, it is a beautiful island for people who haven't been there. Now, when I said you bring both your trophies in, Zane is such a modest young man. He said, wouldn't that look a bit cocky? But this net, well, that's what he says. He's a nice, charming young man, as you know. You've learned over the weekend. But I've got to ask you about this question. You won't want to answer it because we did the interview in Barbados, and I had to push you for it. But whether you like it or not, these guys know that Formula 1 beckons. Zane Maloney, Formula 1. Listen, I understand that there's 20 places in Formula 1, or 22 places on a good day in Formula 1, and it's hellishly hard to get a seat, right? But that has to be your ultimate ambition now.
Yeah, that's my only ambition. I mean, I've worked my entire life to be a Formula One driver. I've never thought about anything else on any day of my life. So, of course, that's what I'm pushing towards. There's a lot of things in my control and out of my control. So, I'm just focused on trying to win as many races as I can, show the people that matter what I'm about. Of course, I mean, there's a lot that comes into it. There's being in the right place at the right time, but I also need to do the job myself. So I've done the job at some rounds this year. I haven't done the job at others, so I'm just focused on that side of things, and I mean, hopefully we'll end up there one day.
There is such a lot to learn, isn't there? As you're making your way to become the complete race driver, you've got the pace, you've got the courage. We've seen that. What areas would you say? What are you particularly focused on? I mean, Brendan and I talked to our guests about the variation in engines and this kind of thing. But the things within your control, what are you focused on to make that final step?
It's a bit of everything, to be honest. I mean, I'd say in every area of my life I can still work on. I think in qualifying this year we've not been amazing at most rounds, so that's the biggest thing for me and the team to work on. But there's every step of the way that you can improve. So I mean, in the race today, for example, we killed the tires a bit too much, especially at the end of the race. We struggled, so yeah, we need to work on that. But it changes every time you go on track. Every time you go on track, the weather's a bit different, the car reacts a bit different, and you just need to adapt as a driver. So I'm just working on mentally being prepared all the time. I think eating well, training hard, that all helps towards the ultimate goal. So yeah, I'm fully focused. Going for a week off now to train as hard as I can and be ready for Budapest.
Okay, and I remember when we did the evening with Zane Maloney in Barbados, the sports minister were there, all kinds of people were there. You do carry the responsibility of a small nation, a small but proud sporting nation. As you mentioned, cricket, we know about Barbados for that, and athletics and all kinds of stuff like that, but can you imagine giving Barbados, should we dream here, ladies and gentlemen, a Grand Prix victory?
Yeah, that would be amazing. I mean, we have Rihanna. She's quite big. I listen to some of her music before I go out. No, it'd be amazing. I think we have Rihanna, we have cricket players like Jason Holder, Sir Garfield Sobers. We have a lot of big names that have made it far in different sports. We've never had anyone in motorsport make it to quite a high level. So yeah, my goal is just to get that Barbados flag on the top step in Formula One. That's all I've been working towards, for sure. Thanks a lot. It's the best flag in the world, for sure.
When you're an even bigger international star, right, can I ask you, will you come back and remember us here at Club Silverstone and pop by, even though it's miles away from the Paddock Club and the hallowed ivory-clad towers that the F1 stars live in? Will you come back and see us?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I feel the same 5-year-old that I was in Barbados, sitting down at home watching Formula One. Right now, I'm still watching Formula One, looking at Lewis as some superstar, so I don't think that will ever change. Of course, on the track, I try to do the best job I can, and I'll race everyone as hard as I can, but off the track, I'll always be the same person, for sure. Thanks. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know he's got all kinds of things he has to do on a weekend like this, but Zane, could I ask you, I'm sure there's many people in asking if you can sign things for him and a few little chats before you have to disappear, because I'm sure there's quite a number of guests here who would like you to sign their shirts and this, that and the other. So what I'm going to do, I think it's enough talking. You can have some more champagne at my bar. We've got a champagne bar outside here. You've done your work for the weekend. You've got a week off. You can start again at 6 a.m. tomorrow with your road work.
I will. I'll be driving home tonight. Full push tomorrow, training hard.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, one more time. Zane Maloney!
Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.